Hey y'all, um, I was down in Grand Junction, and so I turned on the Instacart app, and I ended up getting an order for a friend of mine. I just delivered it, and I'm doing my live. I'm a little early, and I was visiting with her, and I was hoping it'd work out more. It would be about noon, but I finally told her I gotta go, and then it ended up being 10 minutes early. I went ahead and started it though, so welcome to my live. Messages are visible. Okay. So I turned out of her driveway, and I was going to go. Hello there. Hey. Awesome. Well, thank you. I started a little early. I just did an Instacart order up here in the mountain where I live, and I was going to drive to Powderhorn to start my live and do a live because we have a big storm coming in, and I got a warning on my phone that high winds up to 70 or 80 mile an hour gusts, you can hear it building, and minimum of 10 inches to 2 feet of snow in an hour. That's a lot. So I'll see that when I believe it. But hello. Hey. Hi, how are you? Thanks for joining me. I started my live a little early, and my moderator's not on yet, because I was planning to do a live and drive home and let him moderate, and I could kind of see the comments, but I'll take that snow too if it really happens. But we've been promised so much. Even where I'm at here, this is about 70. I sold a house right up here, I think, with 7,200 elevation. Once October hits, we should stay white until like April, sometimes May. And we don't have anything. So, you can see. Now, this is lower than where I live by 1,000 feet. Powderhorn, the base, which is disappearing right in front of me. Let me turn this around so you guys can see. The clouds are coming down. You can see a few of the ski lifts to the left of that second tree that's kind of off center. That's where Powderhorn Ski Resort is. But I plan to do a live and drive, and I plan to have my moderator, Richie, come on here. I'm probably a little early, probably surprising him. So, let me see. Hi, Muddy. Hey, nice to see you. Thanks for joining my live. I couldn't see names at the beginning, so thank you for joining this. Okay, back to work, and thanks for checking in. And I hope you're feeling better. And I was on John's live a little bit earlier, but I switched over to mine. He was fixing his alternator. We had that part done. But anyways, I was going to drive up to the ski resort and possibly sit in the lodge and do a live. But the skiing is shut down for the day because of the high winds. They're not running the gondolas. And so everybody's leaving there. And as I turned to come up here to, and I'll start driving here. As soon as I turned to come up here to deliver these groceries, I could see a flashing sign. That usually means they're blasting for avalanches. So they had like 2 feet on the top Monday night and about a foot at the base of Powderhorn Monday night and into Tuesday, yesterday. So I'm assuming they're blasting. So I couldn't have got up there anyways. So I was going to deliver this and hightail it up there, and instead I pulled out of her driveway thinking, So anyways, it's just now really coming in. So I'll start my drive. I want to see the chat here. Yeah, it went away there for a minute. Okay. Well, Zay, you take care. And go put a like on the post for you leave and make some comments. And I know I'm a little early I told him I'd be on 5 minutes early. So today is grocery day. Oh, really? Oh. Yeah, I Instacart. Usually, well, this was a holiday weekend, but Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I help babysit grandkids in the afternoon sometimes. when they get out of school for like an hour till their parents can get home. And so I stay down there for that. But I didn't work Monday. And then yesterday we got snow, so I didn't work. So I went down today, got my own groceries done. And I don't know why these messages are not staying on. They're supposed to stay on there. Yeah, I already know. Huh. I see. Maybe it's because people aren't posting. So anyways, yeah. So, but Powderhorn just disappeared. The whole ski resort. That whole mountain goes up to 10,000 feet. And I don't see the top anywhere. It's super cold. It is 22, but the wind chill makes it feel like 9 right now. So it's a cold one. And I think our high today is 15. So where I live, here's a little lower, so they would be a little higher. But yeah, we're supposed to have like 4 days of really cold, snowy weather. So, well, Richie, if you're on here, say hi. And let's see. For some reason, I don't know. I don't want to hide. I want to show all chats. Maybe they're not staying on, so front porch. 67. Oh my gosh. Now where are you at, Muddy? I know you said on Kelly's. But where are you at? 67. Even though we haven't had snow, I haven't seen 67 since probably October. Oh, that's right. Illinois. That's right. Oh, yeah. You're the one that's near Route 66. Yeah. Gosh, and that's warm for Illinois right now. My niece lives in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. And she's barely getting out of the 20s most days. I think she told me it was 31 a couple days ago. I think on the holiday, Monday. But, yeah. Yeah, we don't see that. My altitude prevents me from getting very warm in the winter, but we've had a very mild winter. So Grand Junction, which is an hour and a half from my house to the west, and that's where I was down the mountain, a lot lower elevation. It can get to 60s in the winter, even probably, I'm sure they've had 70s, but this winter, even though we aren't getting the moisture, we're getting the cold. So well, let's see if Richie gets on here. Oh, wow, yeah, I guess. You know, so my group, I'll say real quick before I start driving. My group is going to be 10 vintage vehicles. We're keeping it at 10. Sometime in either the last few days of August and the first couple weeks of September, we're basically going to take 3 weeks. Everybody will get to Chicago on their own time and get home from LA on their own time. But we're going to stop at most of the attractions. So, waving from Montana. Hey, North. Hey. Yes, and we will exchange information. So, North is from Montana, where I'm supposed to be going. We're going to go look at some property up by Polson, where our friends live, by Flathead Lake. I've gone up there for years as a kid. My dad loved that lake. Always said we were going to move there. And then our friends from Idaho moved there 2 years ago. They're not on the lake, but that's a neat lake. So we're going to check out Montana as a hunting property. We won't move there because we're selling our house here to buy a smaller house where we hunt on our property and stuff. We're hunters. We're going to sell this place and downsize the property size and just have a house on a lot or a couple acres, but then have a hunting property in either another place in Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana. That's where we're looking. And Montana, the reason we're even going to Polson is our friends are there. We're actually not going to look at property there. Property would probably be more like, it's south of Kalispell. Starts with an L. I'm drawing a blank. But, okay, here's the snow coming in. I don't know if you guys see that on the screen. But, Richie, are you here? So, yeah, it'll be fun. We're going to do that probably around July, my birthday. and then look there. But hopefully by then our house sale will have sold and we'll have moved into another house, and then the extra money is going for the hunting property. So do you, North? Awesome. Do you know Joey? He goes by Joe. I went to school with him. So Joey and Kelly Robbins, they moved from Idaho to, they haven't been there 2 years yet, and they're right in town of Polson. So we haven't seen their place yet. They usually come here hunting, and then we were going to go back there. They didn't come this year. They didn't draw tags. So we haven't been up there to see the new place. But I went to school with both Kelly. I used to babysit Kelly. She's a few years younger than me. And so her and her siblings. And then Joey and her started going together in high school. But anyways, so yeah, we used to all play softball together and grew up in a Jeep club together in Southern California. So, but yeah, in fact, I dated Kelly's brother for a while in high school because he was my age. But yeah, small world. I love that area of Montana. I could move to Montana. My husband doesn't want to, so. Oh, okay. Okay, they're not too far from the Ace Hardware because I think they can walk to it. They were building, they bought a house, but then they added a barn for their RV. But, yeah. But real quick, back to Route 66. So we're going to do the vintage trailer deal, and then we're going to stop. We're going to take 3 weeks to do it. That's the plan. So we'll have plenty of time to see it. So I grew up in Southern California. I literally have done all of California, Oklahoma, Missouri, Texas part. I've been to the Illinois. My dad, as a kid, would never go start at downtown Route 66, downtown Chicago. I'm not taking the RV down in Chicago. So I've only ever done it, and I've lived in Arizona and Oklahoma, and of course around here in Colorado. I've been on the parts of Route 66, but I have not done the whole thing, and it was intended to be a mass exodus from the east to the west coast after the Dust Bowl and all that, and it's the 100-year anniversary, so I think it'll be fun. And we're going to stop at every little dive, every little attraction that is, and a lot of the old ones reopened back up for this because they're expecting a lot of traffic. I really thought we were doing it in July, and I'd be up there for my birthday, or starting that, and then we were going to go to Montana in the fall, but they switched it. Nobody wants to do it in the heat of summer, and we all have vintage trailers, a couple vintage motorhomes too, so, but yeah, it'll be fantastic. It'll be great, so I can't wait, and so I'm going to do it like it was intended 100 years ago, after everybody left the Dust Bowl and Oklahoma and stuff. Grapes of Wrath. If you guys have read the book, I've read it. Like, I'm going to actually download the audiobook and probably getting there and stuff, listen to it again. I've read Grapes of Wrath, I don't know how many times, 6, 8 times. But I have it down. I have the audiobook downloaded. I haven't started it yet, and it's long. It's like 13 hours, but getting there and maybe leaving, I'll listen to it on audiobook. So, but yeah, it'll be a fun trip. It'll be epic, and I'm going to record it. It'll be on the channel. So I really appreciate you guys supporting me, and both of you are new subscribers. Thank you. I had a really good weekend of getting new subscribers lately. Well, I think North, I think you're a subscriber. I know Muddy is. So, well, I'm going to start driving. I can sort of watch the screen. I don't see my moderator on here. He's from the UK. And about an hour ago, he said he just woke up. It was like 4:30 in the afternoon there. A day ahead, you know, because it's a whole different day there. But he'd be on before dinner. So, Richie, if you're on here, I'm going to start driving. Literally, they said on the thing I got on my phone, the winter storm warning, within an hour, we would have a foot of snow. So if I keep doing this, it's because the bottom of these are readers. Yeah, I mean, I may not be able to do too much. I have about, well, from here, actually, let me start driving. Because I was going to go this way and go up to Powderhorn. And that would have taken me another 20 minutes up there. So really, I don't even have an hour. So I'll turn around. So I've got you turn around. The tan hill that's in the middle of the picture, I live in the mountains to the left of that, way up there. Like, I live at 8,000 feet in the top of those mountains. I mean, are you hearing me okay now? I lost you too. I could see the screen, you know, circling, like the connection got lost. Let me know if you can see me now or hear me now. Or both. I was wondering if the spiny circle. Welcome back. Oh, yes. Awesome. Yeah, I turned around and I went to put my dog's window up. And then she looked at me like, what are you doing? She loves fresh air. And I turned around to the screen and it was blank. It was froze, but blank. It was gray. So I'm on top of the Grand Mesa in Colorado. This is the biggest flat top mountain in the whole world. We have over 300 little lakes and they're natural lakes. There are a few man-made reservoirs. I live 11 miles from one, and then there's another big one this direction. But there's 200 of the lakes are named, and there's 100 that aren't. So this is the sign I saw. And yeah, okay, so I was going to go to Powderhorn. I'm going to turn the camera right there. You'll see flashing, but that says expect delays, mountain operations ahead, or winter ops ahead, operation. So I wouldn't have been able to get to Powderhorn today. Well, there'd be delays, but I already know my friend was skiing up there, and they're shut down because of the wind. The gondolas were all shaking back and forth, so they shut it down. So, alrighty. I think somebody's coming up, and then we'll turn. So this is Highway 65. If you look on a map, Grand Junction is to my west and down in elevation. About an hour from where I'm at. That's where I do Instacart. And then, so we come up in elevation. This is the town of Mesa. There's 3 towns up here on my side, on the north side of the Grand Mesa. Mesa, Molina, and Colburn. I live in the 3rd one. And then, I'm gonna go down the main highway. I would go that way, but there is a section where I could lose service, and I don't want to do that. Right, get your head in. Right. I was hoping to see more snow. Let me turn this around for a minute. I'll talk to you for a minute. Yeah, so this is a huge flat mountain. I mean, it looks like there's hills on it, but they're like the rim. The main part of the mesa is flat, and it's right at, there's one bump on the horizon on the mesa that goes to 11,000 feet. The rest of it's 10,000. And I think the average is 10,100 or 200, something like that. But anyways, it's a cool place to live. High altitude, western Colorado. I am only, technically, as the crow flies, about 50 miles from Utah, that direction. I can be in Moab, Utah, if you guys have heard of that. From Grand Junction, it's 90 miles. So, but from up here, it's... Anyways, so yeah, this is fun. If you guys are commenting, I'm not seeing it for some reason, but let's see. If you're not, that's fine. But I wasn't seeing them. I think you have to keep hitting that. I don't know where Richie is. He was going to moderate for me. We were going to try this because I don't have a big channel, obviously. I've been doing this 14 or 15 months.